And hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to look at how to clean your contact lenses. Now I know when you go to check up on your eyes and you get contact lenses, they don't always show you how to do it. So I'm going to show you how to do it because mine showed me how to do it, and I'm going to basically transfer the knowledge over to you. Now let's get started. Now just take note, if this is your first time putting contact lenses into your eye, it's going to burn. And it's going to burn for the first week or so each time put it inside your eye. Now just take that as extra knowledge, okay? Because if it burns for the first week, don't think your eyes aren't meant to be with contact lenses, because it happens. Alright, now the first thing you'd want to do is you want to wash your hands, because if you touch your eye and your hand is dirty, you might get an infection, which is very bad. So wash your hands, because this is a very important part of this whole process. Next thing you'd want to do is you want to find a desk so you can put your contact lenses in, and in case they fall onto the desk and they don't just go away, because remember, they're invisible, so if they fall on the floor you're going to have some trouble finding them. Now these are the things that you'll need in order to put your contact lenses in, which includes contact lenses, eye drops, and your multi-purpose liquid, which I use is BioTrue, which allows you to clean your contact lenses and keep them moisturized when putting them in. Now here's a very useful tip. Once you get your cleaner, remember to take off the little thingy inside, because it falls off, and if you're going to throw this into your hand while your contact lens is there, you're going to lose your contact lens, which has happened to me, and you don't want to do that. These are what holds your contact lenses. Big note is keep left in the left eye and keep right in the right eye. Never mix them up, because if one eye gets an infection and you mix them up, the other eye is going to get that same infection, which you don't want. Also, if you have eyes like mine, one contact lens is stronger than the other, so you're going to feel a little bit weird if you put them in the wrong way. This is why the box has a white and green one, which allows you to tell which one is left and which one is right. Now here's the slightly harder part of putting in contact lenses. Telling which way is the right way to put it in. Putting contact lenses in backwards is painful. It's like the very first time putting your contact lenses and it burns. You don't want that feeling, so here is how to tell which one is which. My doctor showed me that you can put it between your hands and squeeze a little bit, and if the sides touch each other and they don't bend away, it's the right way. I can't really do this, so I'm using the more common way, and I look at the edges through with my finger and see if the edges point outwards, then I will know it's the wrong way. If the edges points inwards, I know it's the right way. You can figure this out a little bit more by yourself by switching it over and looking how it looks like that, and then turning it back around to its right side and seeing if anything changed. Then you can see if you can see what I see. Here is an image to illustrate what I basically see. Here is another image to show you what I actually see, which is not animated. Now here's the part where you can actually take off your glasses and start putting your contact lenses in. Now listen carefully what I tell you here. Pick up your contact lens and put some of your multi-purpose sauce on it, because this is very important to keep a little bit hydrated, because otherwise it will either keep falling out of your eye while you're trying to put it in, or it's just going to burn, and I highly recommend just putting it on. Now after liquefied a little bit, just drag it along the side of your hand, and most of the liquid should come off. This is just so your eye doesn't burn because it has too much liquid on it. You know, it's a very big thing, but if you just drag it along your hand, then it should work perfectly fine. Next up, you want to put your one arm, which you're not using to put in your contact lens, over your head, and the arm you're using to put in your contact lens under your eye. Then you want to pull your eye open with your middle finger on both of your hands, and put your index finger, which should have your contact lens on it, and put it into your eye. This process at the beginning can take you a pretty long while, but after a while you can get used to it and you can do it within a few seconds. It just took me about half an hour for each eye at the beginning. Here I do it from the other eye. Sadly, we got the wrong angle shot here, and I didn't have the time to do it over before making this video. So here we have me putting it in from this side of the eye. Now your eyes might start to tear a little, don't worry, this is perfectly normal. Especially when you get your first contacts. Now this is where eye drops comes in, because during the day your eye might get dry and your vision might start getting a little bit blurry, or your eyes might start hurting a little bit. This is where you put on some eye drops, and this will just make your eye feel a lot better. Now this is also useful for once you try and take out your contact lenses, which we will be covering right now. Please take high note here. You do not wear your contact lenses for longer than 12 hours, because overgoing 12 hours is an extended period of time, and if you do that, your eye is going to look like this, and you don't want that now, do you? So to prevent this, don't wear them for longer than 12 hours, nor should you sleep with them, because that's not a very smart thing to do. Don't go swimming with them, because contact lenses and water do not mix. And just go into Google and just search up these things, because these are very important things just to note. Now go thoroughly wash your hands, otherwise you might get an infection. This is completely optional, but what I like to do is I like to add some little bit of teardrops just into my eye, so the contact lens becomes a little bit more loose and easier to take out of my eye. Now removing the contact lenses are basically the same method as putting them in. Putting one arm over your head and the other under your eye. Now here is where it gets a little bit tricky. You put your finger on your eye and you drag the contact lens to the side of your eye. This is where you use your two fingers to pick up the contact lens out of your eye. Now what I used to do wrong is I was trying to squeeze too lightly, or my fingers were too small. But don't worry about this. Open your fingers largely and squeeze a little bit harder, and then just pull them out. They can't break easily, so you don't have to worry about them breaking, and your eye can mostly take it as long as you don't freaking push your fingers into your eye, but just put enough force on it so you can actually pick it up, like picking something up from the floor that's a little bit wet and hard to pick up, kind of like that. Now this part is very important as well. This is where you take your multi-purpose sauce and you clean your contact lenses with it. Doing this, you just put some in your hand, put your contact lens in your hand with the sauce and just rub it. Rubbing it will clean it off. It takes about a minute and then you're done. Now here I do it for the second eye, and sometimes I like to look up because I don't like it when my fingers touch my pupil and stuff. That just doesn't feel nice, so I like to look up and then pick up the contact lens. Now here's a little bit of aftermath and stuff of what you have to do. Every 3 days or so, clean out your contact lens holders because they get dirty, and you don't want to put your contacts in something dirty, because if your contacts get dirty, it's making your eye dirty, and if your eye gets dirty, your eye can get infections. If your eye can get infections, it can go blind. Then you don't even need a contact lens anymore, because then you won't be able to see at all. So do that, because I didn't do this in this video because I literally just did it the day before, and you don't want to waste these things because it's pretty expensive, considering that contact lenses are basically $80 every 6 months or so. Note, the liquid inside of your contact lens holders is just your multi-purpose sauce, so don't worry about not knowing what's inside of that. Things to make this easier would be a mirror, so you can look at yourself, especially for the beginning. Just doing it, because when I put my contact lenses in, I like to look in the mirror just to help me position it and stuff. And yeah, so a mirror will help a lot. Alright, thank you all for watching. I hope you all learned something new right now, and see you all in the next video.